Hey, I know I don't normally post to YouTube, but I am working on it. I have some content in the works, but in the meantime, I've been brushing up on my editing skills. This isn't exactly a block-by-block tutorial, although I am going to cover the process it takes to recreate this build, and even if the isn't really your thing, then there might be a couple things that you can take away from this video. It's a 1.20 design, but the only blocks that I use that aren't in previous versions are in the roof, and I did test it. The house looks good with acacia roofs. It's not a super big build, but you might want to get ready to pause the video if you are following along, because I'm going to be moving pretty quickly. Like I said, we're not going block by block, but I'll throw in some visual aids if you're going to be building with me. Start with placing a row of beehives as the first layer of each box, and then go up 7 more blocks texturing with our wall colors, 6 for the secondary box to the side. You can also add lines of stairs to break things up for some more detail, but you don't have to. You can make an optional wooden walkway outside if you're building on a hill like I am. If you want to use my design, it's easy to replicate. Start with a 5x5 area and add oak wood pillars to the corners however high you want your platform to be, and then connect them with spruce slabs and add slabs to the outsides of the oak wood too, and then fill it in with trapdoors. The staircase has upside down spruce stairs in line with the oak wood and spruce trapdoors in between to create the steps, then connect it to a higher platform that's the exact same as the lower one that we just made. You can add detailing with spruce fences in between each pillar to add a more makeshift feel too if you want. I felt like a normal door would be too small for the build, so I created a larger mangrove door design that you can see from farther away. But you can add mangrove doors in the middle so that it still has functionality. Around the first box, add a line of spruce wood and then another line of barrels, or whatever trim block you want, 2 blocks wide along the far side. I added pillars to the corners of the first box that juts out. You don't need them, but I think they do add some pretty good separation and a little more depth. Next, I added 1 more layer to the far box and then more walls on top of the first section, 7 blocks tall. The bottom blocks once again being beehives. I also put stairs 2 blocks above the beehives, just for that little bit of extra detail. Leave a cutout of the wall here, and then 1 block down on the wall, go 3 blocks out with your trim block, and then add a row of beehives on top of it. Once again, you don't have to, but I added a little bit more detail to the bottom of this section. Then add 5 more blocks of wall on top of the beehives textured with our wall color. We're going to be starting the roof here, by the way, so feel free to pause the video a couple times to get the shape of the roof right. Then we're going to be making it deep enough to reach all the way back to the wall. Underneath the roof, I like to add spruce slabs and trapdoors, and then you're going to want to continue the wall upwards until it meets the roof. Once done with that roof, I added the same roof to the second box. If you're following along, you can just rewatch that last section to get the shape and detailing of this roof too. It's the same on the back side. On the side of the first box, I put a small section to add something interesting to this wall. The beehives are on the same level, but the wall stops 2 blocks shorter than the first box. I added 5 rows of cherry slabs for the roof of this. I did a similar thing on the face of the second box, but started with our trim block, making it not connect to the ground. I put only 4 blocks of roof here and also put spruce trapdoors to the side edges for some detailing. To start the main roof, add a row of beehives on the top box, 1 block of overhang on the short sides, then a row of spruce slabs around that, and then, only on the long sides, a row of spruce trapdoors. Similar to what we just did, I also added trapdoors along the edges of this box. Under our overhang, I added more detailing by replacing some of the slabs with stairs and then placing lines of trapdoors and slabs. And also hello to all the people pausing here to get the shape of this roof right. I made the roof overhang 2 blocks as well, and then continued the same shape all the way until it overhangs 2 blocks in the opposite direction. Then fill in the edges with our wall block until it meets the roof, adding spruce stairs and trapdoors on the underside just like the smaller roofs. 5 blocks in, I put another small box to cut up the large pink wall we just made. It has the exact same dimensions as the other 2 small boxes and roofs. On the corners of all the roofs, I added a few blocks of brain coral. If you're making this in survival though, you can just start with pink concrete and then blend it going inwards with the rest of the roof blocks. Now that all the structure's in place, it's time to poke some breathing holes. Here are a couple close-ups if you want to use the window designs that I went with. For the small section here, I added extra wall detailing above the windows with barrels and also sideways barrels, and then a small window cut out lined with stairs and trapdoors. I did this on all 3 of the small roofs. On the top roof I did a similar thing, but I left a large section as our wall color and then built a larger window. I made a chimney here, but you can really put it anywhere in the build. The base is made of cobblestone and cobble walls and then goes 10 blocks higher with our wall block. The top is made with spruce trapdoors, looms, cobble walls, and then smooth stone slabs. I used weather copper on the edges of the windows to look like shutters. Some of them I just filled the windows in to look like they had the shutters closed. The large windows don't need these, but you can add them if you want. It's really important to add smaller details like leaves and flower pots around windows to really make the build come to life. The more unique details, the more personal a build feels. Here are a couple close-ups of what I did. This last thing I want to show you guys is just a little design for some fruit baskets. They have almost nothing to do with the build, but I thought they were cool and maybe you would too. And then the build is pretty much done. I'm not going to be doing any interior video for this build, but this dweebus is, and you can check out their video here, or you can go to the link in the description. Anyways, join our Discord, discord.gg/bakerybuilders if you want to talk to me. I live there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.